Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Drones. It seems like the drones just suddenly came in the news as Biden or the American administration agreed to provide Ukraine with about 580 or 560 drones in the new military aid that comes from me and others like me who work and pay taxes and might not agree with this decision, but they don't care. That's the way it is. So remember, actually the previous important article that I read about drones was allegedly the Russians asked Iran to give them about 900 drones or something, and supposedly, allegedly, which means some said but no evidence, nothing, the Iranians refused. There some official came, actually two of them came and said no, the Russians never asked, we wouldn't have given them anyway and they don't need it. All right, so that's one thing. And now that's another thing. I made a video a minute ago with Ukrainians supposedly, opening up a Russian drone and not liking what they found in there, saying that there are parts coming from Western countries, and it seems like they don't like globalism all of a sudden, Ukraine, and that's not a good thing. Saying that there are parts from United States, from Japan, from the Netherlands, from Austria, from Germany, from France, and from others too. And it's Taiwan. And I said, what is going on here? I mean, you help the Russians and some of the Russians to kill us, and some of these parts allegedly were delivered, for instance, by France to Russia, by French companies, not by France as a country. But you know where this goes. You got to stop this economic transfer of goods. So let's get to communism too. All right, and control the economy, plan it if we can. And now we have another article that tries to actually, this article is meant, in my opinion, in my assessment, is made to make us agree with the 560 drones Biden administration agreed and to supply the Ukrainians. So they will tell you and I probably how depleted of drones the Ukrainians are and how fantastic the Russian war machine is. And then you can't say it's fantastic, but then you say they don't hit targets with their missiles and all that. But nevertheless, who cares about contradictions when you just have to make points without evidence? So this article comes from the Business Insider from today, July 23rd. And this is the title: Russia has turned the tables in the drone war. When I read this, I said, I got it. This is related to that and that. But let's see, maybe it's not. Maybe we'll learn something. I hope we do. Since Russia began its invasion of Ukraine in February, drones have played a crucial role in the war. Okay. While initially Ukraine was able to use drones to eviscerate Russian tanks and armor, Russia's improved air defenses have turned the tide in drone warfare, shooting down and jamming many of Ukraine's drones. Now, Russia is successfully using drones to identify and attack Ukrainian targets, drone warfare experts told Insider. While Ukraine's drones are becoming less effective in this new phase of the war, Russia is flying just as many, if not more, of their drones, especially for intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance missions, said Samuel, how you want it, I don't know, ask a guy from the Middle East. Samuel Bandet? Anyway. an analyst, an expert in unmanned and robotic military systems at the Central for Naval Analysis. Ukraine's military said that Russian drones, thermal and infrared imaging and cell phone tracking, many of the parts for which came from the West, are helping Russia locate and kill Ukrainian soldiers, per the CNN report. What's CNN? Earlier this month, CNN, I can't use the C word. You know what I would use the C letter for in CNN, but I can't use it here. It's a little bit too nasty. Earlier this month, the White House said Iran was poised to export Russian hundreds of drones to help in its Ukraine invasion. The package included weapons-capable UAVs on the expedited timeline, National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan said, Weasel. Now, why would you ask Iran to supply you drones and they didn't, and you turned the tables? You turned the tables in the drone war. So you turned the tables in the drone war without the Iranian drones. So why would you ask for Iranian drones? Sullivan, Jake, go to Mohammed bin Salman so he can yell at you again, so you can pee your pants. So, does it make sense? This is the information we have. If there's any other information, I don't know. The information is that the Russians asked for drones. And all of a sudden, that was about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago maybe, the most. And those guys did not give them. How did they turn the tide? If they turn the tide, it's like you have planes and you destroyed supremacy, air supremacy. And you have all kind of... Why would you ask for more planes if nobody will challenge you up in the sky? The same here. If you have the drones and you turn the tide, they turn the tables, why would you ask the Iranians? Lies, lies, lies. That's what it is. Unless, as I said, they don't make sense. It doesn't make sense. If the Russians would have been losing the drone warfare, I understand. Would make logical sense to ask some other country for help. Even though I don't think that Russia is depleted of drones. I think they had time since 2005? No, not 2005. 2006, 2005. When it was the Transnistria, when it was the war in the Caucasus, and then when it was, they already knew that these guys are not their friends. And they had to get ready. So they got ready for about 15 years at least, 17 years at least. And then when it was the 2014, they was like, ramp up the production, guys. These guys are on us. It was obvious. With the expansion of NATO and all that, the Russians just said, we're gonna end up facing these guys in a proxy war because they will be weasel enough not to fight us straight. Why? Because we'll end up to this, and nobody wants to get to that point. So they will find a reason, and probably they both knew they're gonna end up with Ukraine the way things went. They couldn't use Romania, they couldn't use Moldova. They tried Georgia, but Georgia was, I think Georgia just, they did not expect Russia to slap Georgia regarding the Ossetia and Abkhazia, South Ossetia and Abkhazia situation over there. They didn't expect that. I mean, the Russians said they were gonna pop, boom, bomb. Then they say, oh my God, these guys are bad. Too early, I guess. Let's try later a little bit. Something closer to us so we can deliver. So Ukraine you can deliver to Ukraine anything you want, because Ukraine has borders, all its western borders and southern half of it is just with Europe. So but Georgia would have been a little bit trickier, and it's also smaller. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Now the drones are in the news. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.